opportunity as the mayor of the city of Tifton to welcome each and one of you to this very special place. The TIFF Theater for the Performing Arts has been an icon for not only South Georgia, but certainly for our community for many, many, many years. As you know, it opened a long time ago as a movie theater, but there's a gentleman here in this audience today who, without his input, his vision, and his guidance, we would not be here today. And I'd like for us to all recognize Mr. Harold Harper. Mr. Harper, wave your hand back there. What's that?
It's his pleasure.
Oh, well, thank you. I know Mr. Harper does not like to be recognized. He prefers to operate behind the scenes and do things on the download, but I tell you what his vision was for this theater all those years ago, when he walked through those doors on Main Street and saw a roof that was literally laying on these seats, rain and water and mold and rats and who knows what all in this building, but he saw what this could be. And so here we are all these years later. Thankfully, his vision brought us to this point. That was what, 1984, 5? Somewhere along in there, somewhere in the 1980s.
Maybe 83.
83, somewhere along in there. It's been a while. And this theater has seen so many wonderful plays and pageants, movies, all sorts of things. So you today are going to be part of celebrating the next legacy, the next wave. We have all sorts of wonderful things that are going to be going on. And you'll hear more about that in the coming months. I'd also like to recognize Kaylee Stokes. Kaylee is our manager on site. Kaylee. Anybody that comes in and rents the facility or wants to tour the facility, Kaylee's always ready with open arms, and she does such a good job to represent the city of Tifton and to represent this facility, so we appreciate that. The other person that I want to recognize before I turn it over to our special guest is Lucretia Gaskins. Lucretia is our Main Street Director for the Tifton Main Street program. Lucretia I've never seen anybody who can look under rocks like she does and find money. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen. But she is a magician when it comes to finding grant money and putting those projects together and matching pots of money with the needs of the community. So Lucretia, we want to say thank you. It's just a very special day. I'm glad that all of you are with us today to celebrate. Our folks that are watching on the Fun Channel, we're glad to have you with us too. At this point in time, I'd like to recognize a person who's been a very good friend to Tifton for a long time in many different roles, but we're glad to have you back visiting with us today. So I'd like to introduce Miss Lee Burns. Lee, I'll turn it over.
Thank you, Mayor. It's always wonderful to be with you in Tifton. I want to just say good afternoon and thank you for having me today. On behalf of our president, Alan Vela, and our COO, Adina Irwin, we're so thankful to be with you and to celebrate this wonderful day. The Fox Theater Institute, many of you may not know, has been around for 10 years now, since 2008. And across Georgia, we've given almost $1.5 million in investments, from the coast on Tybee to the foothills of the Appalachian Mountains in Clarksville. We continue to be major game players and stakeholders in theater development. I'm pleased also to be joined today by Carolyn Wills, our board member from the Fox Theater, and also Heather Stanley from Georgia Presenters in the back. Heather, if you'll raise your hand. We're particularly proud also to be here during National Historic Preservation Month. Many of you may know today is the last day of National Historic Preservation Month, so it's very fitting that we're here to celebrate with you all. I'm especially excited to have a ceremonial check for $77,027 to award to the TIFF Theater. I want to note that the money for the match, was put up by the city of Tifton. And I just want to say that when we evaluated your grant application, it was very impactful to us to see those funds set aside, designated, and supporting your theater, especially for these second generation theater seating. So we're really excited to see this impact on your theater. We know that Tifton and the TIFF Theater is a dynamic hub for the cultural arts here in the southern part of Georgia, and we're just particularly proud. So Carolyn Wills is going to come up and say a few words, and then we'll present the check. Thank you.
The Tifton Performing Arts Center, that's a lot to follow through with, isn't it? You got to do a lot of things here to deserve a name like that. And you know, the Fox Theater began with the name when I started, got with them and got involved, and it was called Atlanta Landmarks Incorporated in the early 70s. And we had to raise enough money to buy the building. At that time, it was $1.7 million. And we didn't know if we could do it. And my sorority went down, 26 of us, and decided to have a big event. We did it, lots of fun things to tell you about that, but we raised $78,000. And I was thinking that's so close to what you're getting now, and that it's close to what the city is putting into this, and you've got a lot of money to work with. That $78,000 at the Fox paid the mortgage. It was when we actually owned the Fox, it became ours. Since then we spent, I know the last time I heard it was like $36 million redoing the theater. And now you've got these 612 seats to fill and entertain. Right now, it's easy to fill our 4,700 seats at the Fox because Hamilton is there. I hope you already have your tickets because they're already there. But it's running 3 weeks in Bristol. I've been opening night and I'm going again later. I love it, you know. But just wanted to wish you the best with filling all these new seats with lots of fannies or anybody you can get in here to enjoy your performing arts. But thank you for letting the Fox be a part of it. Do you know we've been doing this all over Georgia. We love doing it. The Fox is a non-profit theater, but we're making money. So you know how we're sharing it. And you know, we've done this so many places in Georgia, and now we're even looking at a theater in southern Alabama. And it would be my goal for us to go nationwide and saving these treasures of these theaters where you've spent your life coming and growing up. And I just heard Hayward's story about holding hands right over there, his first time to do that. When I was in Brunswick, the mayor said, I had my first kiss right up there. So it's a lot of personal things that you'll remember forever, and I wish you well.